The Cuban crisis in 3 words. Lobster without avocado. You may have seen the stories about food and fuel shortages in Cuba. Some are calling it a humanitarian crisis. But don't believe the lies in Trump propaganda. This is an elaborate misinformation campaign. Their mission is to scare tourists, to make them think there's no food or fuel in Cuba and that they could be stranded. It's actually pretty smart. Think about it. If 4,000 people stopped going to Cuba weekly, and they spend $2,000 a week, that's a 416 million hit on the economy for Cuba in a year. So that's what Trump and Narco Rubio are doing. They're trying to starve Cuba by telling people that Cubans are starving. Follow me. Trump and Narco Rubio are sabotaging the Cuban economy by scaring tourists. So the country will collapse and then corporate America can ravage it, just like it ravages every other country in Latin America. So don't help them. Don't spread the same misinformation. I was in Cuba. I was in the last national blackout. Granted, I'm an outsider, a tourist, spending dollars. I have privilege. But when the lights went out, I was able to connect my Cuban SIM card that I bought for $25 at the airport, call my cab driver, and he picked me up, and in 20 minutes we were eating in a privately owned restaurant at someone's home with a backup power generator. I was having delicious lobster, but there was one problem: no avocados. Part 2, what I actually experienced. Because of the blackout, there was no ice, but my fresh guayaba juice was delicious and chill, 100% natural. I had rice and beans, even some rum and cola, Spanish cola. And I wondered what it would be like the next day. It was different. We had roasted chicken at El Aljibe, a delicious state-owned restaurant. In the apartment I rented for $55, I pre-ordered some food and snacks. So I had cookies, eggs, powdered milk, coffee. I was fine. And on my last day in Cuba, I rented a 10-passenger van. Seems diesel is more available. And we went snorkeling at the Bay of Pigs. It was amazing. I even think I found Nemo. It was some of the most amazing snorkeling I'd ever done in my life, but there was a problem. I was by myself. There were no tourists there. It's a pristine, crystal clear beach with not even one bubblegum wrapper on the floor or in the ocean. Amazing. And there was no one else there because they're believing the lies that Narco Rubio and the Fortunate One are spreading about Cuba. And now tourists are scared to see Cuba. The truth is, Trump and Narco Rubio's plan sort of working. People aren't visiting Cuba. Tourism has plummeted and the hotels are empty. Part 3, what's really happening in Cuba? What's happening in Cuba? Cuba's an island of 10 million people, roughly the same size as LA County. And for now 60 years, the United States has had an illegal embargo against Cuba, blocking any country that does business with the United States from trading at all with Cuba. As a result, trading for food, medicine, and basic personal hygiene, auto parts, construction material is almost impossible for Cuba. So for 65 years since their revolution, they've been a community in struggle, a brave, proud community, having thrown off the chains of slavery, colonialism, and imperialism. The Cuban people fix up old cars, repair their homes with what they can, drilled wells, and hustle to get by. And to throw them off a cliff, Trump and Narco Rubio have created this propaganda machine that there's no fuel or food in Cuba to scare tourists. So I'm here to tell you that the best way to help Cuba and the Cuban people is to visit Cuba. Go see the magical island for yourself. It's 90 miles from Florida and 60 minutes from Cancun and Merida. Go to the Tropicana, the most amazing dance and musical show you'll ever see. Go to the Bay of Pigs and find your own Nemo. Visit the homes of Ernest Hemingway and Che Guevara. Go digging in the crates at local flea markets in Vieja Havana. And the coffee and haircuts on Barbero Row are amazing. You gotta just go to Cuba. And if the lights go out, do what my grandmother did. Turn on a candle, make some coffee or avena, cook up some grub, and talk, laugh, and get to know one another. Shit, make a friend. You might even fall in love. You don't have to be on Instagram to have a good time. And before you criticize Cuba for their outdated electrical system, watch the documentary 0 Days. And most of all, don't help Narco Rubio and the Fortunate Son spread lies that you won't eat or be able to move around in Cuba. Fuel is available. It's expensive. Where is it not? And the food is delicious. All natural, just like the men and women. One serious warning though, it's hard to find avocados in Cuba. Está cabrón.